stakeholders. So I go back here. Think of whatever you are doing and just try to usko conceptualize karo based on whether that initiative passes these 3 tests or not. So just get together in a group of 2, 3 and think of an initiative that you've recently done and is it passing through these tests. So can we have that conversation going, please? Think of whatever you have done. Maybe आपका management training program, आपका training intervention, आपकी new policy. It could be anything. Just try to see कि वो जो system या जो policy है, क्या वो आपकी strategy है, क्या वो value from outside and create कर रही है नहीं कर रही. Then look at the context. Then you look at whether it's helping your stakeholder. Let's do one thing. Time limited है हमारे पास. Can anybody volunteer to share one of their initiatives that they've done recently? Yeah, excellent. Why don't you come here? Come on. HR वाले हैं कुछ मैनेज करेंगे.
So I'm LND. So we recently had a training, 1 minute manager, which I and Abbas, please have a round of applause for him as when he was coaching. So we had that, and the basically motto was कि हम लोग अपने managers को किस तरह से एक 1 minute that is a book written by an author, और हम लोग चाह रहे थे कि वही कि 1 मिनट में आपने कैसे चीज़ों को मैनेज करना है. So that started with how to organize it and flow with the meetings, focus. We added a psychological assessment that was that given a very detailed oriented job role assessments और वो अपनी टीम के लिए उसको कर सकते थे. So yeah, that added value, that the context was there and the stakeholders were happy as per the feedback. So yeah.
Excellent. So there she mentioned that there was a training program for managers, a 1 minute manager. So let's look at it in slightly different way. So 1 minute manager program for managers. So first see कि value for external या value from the outside and इसके लिए क्या हो सकती है. My manager, if they become better manager, they would be able to manage their teams better, which probably would result in managing. Yeah, that's what the difference is. That's what your board wants to hear. हम लोग बोर्ड को प्रेजेंट करते हैं कि हमने 5 ट्रेनिंग इस महीने कर ली और हमने टाइम मैनेजमेंट के लिए ट्रेनिंग कर ली और इस ट्रेनिंग में इतने बंदे आए थे और ये उसका जो है ना स्कोर रहा.
Perspective of that context. बेसिकली हमारे पास जो रेजिग्नेशंस और हमारा टर्न आउट था वो थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो गया था. सो वी रियली वांटेड द मैनेजर्स टू बिल्ड देयर टीम परफेक्टली, वो कनेक्ट कर सकें, वो साइकोलॉजिकल सेफ्टी पे बात हुई थी. So that was the context. So yeah, you're right. When it comes to the managers and their teams, basic focus आपका अपने external customers, आपके basic customers को होता है, लेकिन वो चीज़ derive आपके internal customers को होती है. And that's what we believe in PMDD as part of training.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah, you can do it quickly, please. Come on.
Assalamualaikum everyone, my name is Sana Javed Khan and I am the regional lead coach at Franklin Covey Education. And being coaches, we work with like we are out in the field working with the organizations to coach them and all that. So what we did is we had a whole week of celebration our coaching milestones, right? So we sat down in the office for the whole week just to celebrate what we were doing and what were our pluses as coaches and what were the areas that we wanted to improve. So that was an initiative that we took. And the reason for that is, when coaches, they go out in the field, it gets very tiring. And when you're working with people, it's the paradigms that you're working, so we get really frustrated then. So it was a time for them to, take a pause, sit down in the office, and to celebrate what they have achieved right? So that was the context. And definitely it helps the stakeholders, the people that we work with, our organizations. So that gives them a time to reflect, because we do reflect on what we have done, and we believe in not just staying in the past, but we also believe in, looking at the back and then looking forward as well, right? To improving on things and getting better results.
Excellent, excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. Thank you so much. Just to see how the conversation changes. हम बात कर रहे थे कि जी ठीक है जी एक इंटरवेंशन, नाउ अब इंटरवेंशन की बात ही कर रहे हैं, बट विद दिस चेकलिस्ट द इंटायर कॉन्टेक्स्ट चेंजेस. Your board, your investor would want to listen, because now you are not just inside out, you are outside in, and that's what matters. There's a lot more to share, but in the interest of time, I like to quickly wrap it up. हमने ये तो बात की कि what we need to do, we need to look at value, context, and stakeholders, shareholders. But for that to happen, we'll have to look at the internal drivers, which is your talent, organization, and your leadership. So when you talk about talent, talent is all but individuals that are in the organization. But if we say कि जी HR is all about talent, we are missing a very important piece here. HR is not just about talent. Talent is just one piece. You know football? How many football के fans हैं यहाँ पे? Yeah. Okay, few. Okay. So if I was to ask you, football में एक award होता है golden boot का, right? How many times a person who wins the golden boot, उसकी टीम वर्ल्ड कप भी जीतती है? How many times? How many percent? How much percent? कुछ आइडिया है? Never नहीं है, थोड़ा सा है. 18%. 18% of the time, talent wins. Remember, remaining 82% of the times, organization wins. Same applies on in Academy Awards. Academy Awards में जिसको Best Actor का award मिलता है, उसकी film 20% of the times gets the award for the best film. Having said that, जिसको Best Director का award मिलता है, Director is somebody who looks from the outside in. Actor सिर्फ अपना काम कर रहा होता है. Best Director का award जिसको मिलता है, 95% of the times that movie gets the award of the best films. So that's the power of individual, but organization makes a bigger impact on it. So it's about talent, that's individual जो लेके आता है, organization is getting them together, and what gels them together is the great leadership. If you have great individuals, if you have a great organization, culture and all, but this organization, great organization का culture उसी वक्त sustain होगा when you have that leadership, the leadership that is there and जो कि actually act करती है as a glue. Leadership is again not about what competencies we need in our leaders. Leader is again all about what my customer wants a leader to be. That's again the shift that I would like you to continue thinking. Leadership is not about what my CEO wants me to be as a leader. Leadership is about whether me as an individual, do I know what my clients want? Do I know what my customer wants? Do I know what my investor wants? This is what true leadership is, जिसे कहते हैं leadership brand. हम लोगों ने एक term निकाल ली है जिसे कहते हैं business acumen, which I believe is a very छोटी term है for the kind of work that we do. So that's what we need to see when we say कि जी competency framework बनाए. We again look internally कि जी हमारे लिए एक organization की competencies क्या होंगी. Who can possibly drive the competencies for our organization? Who actually should be developing the competencies for our organization? Any answer? Leader? Okay. You're again thinking inside out. Yeah? Why not customer? And that's my last slide, so I'll just take a few more minutes. So that's exactly what it is. So one last example. There's this airline called Southwest Airlines, US की बहुत बड़ी airline है. They were going through a major turmoil. क्यों? क्योंकि Virgin Atlantic और बहुत सी organizations आ गई थी, and इनका talent जा रहा था, और इनको समझ में नहीं आ रहा था कि talent क्यों जा रहा है. So what they did is that they used that outside-in approach, और उन्होंने अपने मोस्ट प्रेफर्ड फ्लायर्स, जो लॉयल जो फ्रीक्वेंट फ्लायर्स होते हैं, उनको इनवाइट किया, उनको बुलाया और उनको एक कैरेट दिया कि आप अगर जो है ना 3 दिन के इनिशिएटिव के लिए आएंगे तो यू विल गोना गेट 100,000 लॉयल्टी पॉइंट्स, जिसके अगेंस्ट में यू कुड ट्रैवल द वर्ल्ड। तो 100 के 100 बंदे आ गए फ्रीक्वेंट फ्लायर्स। नाउ व्हाट हैपेंड कि उन्होंने कहा कि इनको हायर करने थे फ्रंट डेस्क ऑफिसर्स और फ्लाइट स्टीवर्ड्स एंड एयर होस्टेस। अ टिपिकल वे वाज एचआर ऐड लगाता और उनकी हायरिंग करते। व्हाट दे डिड कि जो फ्रीक्वेंट फ्लायर्स थे उनको कहा कि कैन यू प्लीज हायर फ्रंट डेस्क ऑफिसर्स फॉर अस, कैन यू हायर एयर होस्टेस फॉर अस, कैन यू हायर स्टीवर्ड्स फॉर अस, कैन देयर बी anybody better than those customers to decide who is the best steward, who is the best air hostess, who is the best front desk officer? We don't think that way. That's the outside-in approach that we need to look at. And that's what I would like you to take with you as you go back to your workplace. Whatever you are doing, just try to see what value are you adding from the outside in. And if you do that, believe me, you're going to win the table, you're going to win the chair back on that board table. If you're talking about outside in, you're talking about what value you're adding from the outside. There was a lot more to share, but in the interest of time, I'd like to stop here. If there's any question, I'll be more than happy to answer. You're a great audience. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much everybody for joining us, and thank you so much Mr. Salman for a lovely session. My favorite point was the checklist. It can really, help organizations navigate. Okay, so I would like to call Mr. Jawad Gilani up on stage to present a memento to Mr. Salman. Guys, round of applause for Mr. Jawad.
Assalamualaikum.
Pleasure listening to you, man.
Pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We haven't met, but I've heard a lot about you, and
Thank you
it will be a
everybody
pleasure
for
to meet
joining.
you.
Catch up करते हैं ना during the session.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Ushers will guide you. They will hold the Thank you so much.